I can play inside, outside. My coach he brought me up playing in a guard position, but if he puts me inside, I'll play inside. If he puts me outside, I'll play outside. I just work hard, keep up my captain skills, just keep encouraging the team. If I couldn't be on court, encourage the team from the bench.
I can still remember.
Mix it out.
Here 4 times before, we come runners up, but now we're champions, so we have something to smile about. We've played these teams about 3 times in the National League and we've beaten them, so we came in confident knowing that we should win the games. We didn't really come in thinking that we were going to lose because we've already beaten them, but we didn't come in with a mentality that we were going to just blow them away. We had to work hard and we're a strong team. I think we're the strongest team that we've had. We work well together, we're a team, we're a family as well, which makes things better.
We started okay, they came at us strong, so we didn't really break away. We got 2 girls in foul trouble early doors, so we didn't have our regular starters. Continued to play good defence. They scored probably more in the first half than they usually do. It's 28-24, but we had confidence we could break away. We finished end of the third quarter with a 2-guard offence and we got some nice, easier baskets inside.
So many times and we've never actually won the Final Fours. I'm so excited. It's the best team we've had so far. I've played Final Fours 3 years, I think 3 years in a row, 4 years. And to win MVP is just an even bigger shock to me. I was not expecting it at all, and so emotional, and I'm not going to cry. Yeah.
Remember me, I can still remember.
Your ego. Forget overseas, I'm the geese from the east, of the belly of the beast. I'm proud of how I speak. Yes, speech goes off at the speed of a sneeze when I breeze, but believe the dots the bee's knees. Knee deep in quicksands of the street, quick throw me a beat, spit flows, beat blows, burn souls off your feet. Save souls when I speak, crossroads, which focus broke, I can't sleep. Impatient, I stroll, casino my soul to get gold. I hold phone and move food like Tesco's. I'm carnivore at top of food chain. Let the youths work urban out, eat that change, yo.
Passing helps a basketball team in many ways.
as well as being able to get the ball down the floor and set up an offense, it's very good for team morale. A team that doesn't pass the ball very well and gets the ball intercepted, it doesn't help the team at all get into the flow of the offense. Passing the basketball, you have to make sure that the player you're passing to is ready to receive the ball. There's no point passing to a player whose hands aren't ready, otherwise it will just only end up turning the ball over to the other team. When you're passing the ball, you always got to have the right fundamentals, so whether it's a chest pass, a bounce pass, or an overhead pass, you always got to have your wrist and fingers pushing through the ball to make sure the ball ends up in the receiving player's hands.
Chest pass. Feet shoulder width apart. Hands spread across the ball, thumbs facing down. Up against your chest and direct pass to your partner, following through the arms.
Whether you're doing bounce passing, overhead passing or chest passes, you can do this and work on your fundamentals such as stepping into the pass, having your hands ready to receive the ball if you're receiving the pass. If you're the passer, you make sure you bend your legs, step into the pass and have your wrist and fingers stretched out when you pass the ball. If you're bouncing, making a bounce pass, it's always key to make sure the ball bounces roughly 3/4 of the way between yourself and your partner so it comes up at around waist height, not too high, not too low. I think the most fundamental skill for a point guard is he has to be able to dribble the ball. You can't really be a point guard unless you can handle the ball, get the ball up and down the floor and control the tempo and control your team.
Personally, I think a good point guard has got to make people around him better. That's his main objective. He's also got to be leader on the court as well. When it comes down to the last minute of the game and it's close, the point guard has to take control. He has to take the ball, take his teammates, let everyone know what he's doing. Also, he's got to be like the second coach out there. You see a lot of point guards at the highest level talking to the coach where none of the other players are. This is so he can relay messages onto his players and lead on the court. So that's his main job, really.
The second most vital aspect, I think, of being a point guard is you've got to have vision. You can't be a point guard if you're dribbling around with your head down all the time. You have to have your head up to be able to see what's happening on the floor and on the court around you. One of the favourite drills we use in basketball to improve your ball handling skills is what we call the zigzag drill. This is where you can put cones down the end line and also a free throw line extended down the court, and you can have two players, an offensive player and a defensive player. The offensive player can work between the cones at a zigzag position going down the floor with the defensive player in front of him. This is an excellent drill to work on your ball handling skills because it allows the offensive player to work at not only handling the ball under pressure, backwards and forwards down the court, but also with a defensive player in front of you and making turns and working on the different turns you can make on a basketball court.
Really not always passing the ball, it's always talking to them. I find that a lot of my teammates, they put their head down when they make a mistake. You've got to encourage them, that's what I'm saying when you've got to be the leader on the floor. You've got to go up to one of your teammates if he's made a mistake and say, don't worry about that, go grab me a rebound, go do something good, go hustle for the ball. You know, it's kind of stuff like that where you've got to kind of lead your team, and that's what I mean. Not always, if you get people involved, you don't have to pass them the ball. You kind of have to like mentally give them a shove and say, let's go, let's play.
Court awareness is very important on a basketball court. It's basically having to knowing what's going on around you when you're on the floor. In basketball, we have many plays drawn up by the coach, but as the game goes on, most of the time the play you draw up doesn't actually happen on the court because obviously the defense is there to try and disrupt you and take you out of your offensive set pattern. Therefore, you have to have court awareness to know when to pass the ball, when to see an open man, and when to make decisions on the court that you haven't drawn up on the sidelines.
A lot of kids are told beef by coaches and shooting, that you've got to concentrate on beef, but a lot of people really understand what it means. You've got beef, stands for balance, E stands for elbow, the other E, eyes, and F, follow through. Balance is very important when you're shooting. If your feet aren't set, you're not going to shoot straight and you're not going to be on balance.
The first E stands for elbow. When you shoot the basketball, you have to have your elbow straight, locked onto the target, aimed at the basket when you shoot the basketball.
The other E is for eyes. A lot of people think, okay, I know what I'm shooting for the back of the rim, I'm shooting for the backboard. But really, people need to know what they're shooting for. And the way that I got taught when I was young is that on every basketball ring there's a little W that attaches the net to the hoop. If you shoot above that, then you've got more chance of it going in.
And finally, the F is for follow through. When you shoot the basketball, it's good to have a follow through position with wrist and fingers after you shoot the ball to make a perfect shot.
B is for balance. You want your feet shoulder width apart, the right hand, your right foot slightly in front. It's very important to have a good base because when you shoot, the power comes to your leg. E is for elbow. You want it at a 90-degree angle. You don't want it out here, just so you can shoot straight. E is for eyes. You want both your eyes on the target you're shooting for. You don't want the ball here. You want it slightly above your eyes so both your eyes can see what you're shooting for. And F is for follow through. Push it up.
of the most basic drills you can do to shoot and improve your shooting is to work on your form. A lot of players, they'll go into a gym and the first thing they do is like to shoot from sort of far away, shooting 3-point shots.
You want to start close, shoot shots that you can make at least 7 out of 10.
What I advise is working on your form, so start closer into the basket, go in, work on your wrist and fingers and your balance and the beef, the things we spoke about earlier, following through when you shoot the basketball, shoot close in, and when you make a high percentage and you progressively work your way backwards.
And you need a partner. It's really important that you shoot with someone, even if you've got a friend, just so you can rebound a shot for you. You can compete against each other, so you've got a goal to set. But I really say you need to be shooting drills in partners, to be honest.
I know it's very cliched and a lot of old coaches say it, but defense wins games. You know, offense brings the crowd in. If you can stop the other team from scoring as many points as you do, you'll win the game.
For me, defense is probably the key aspect of a basketball game. Not only does it allow you to stop the offensive team from scoring, but if you can get steals and play some great defense, it allows you to get some uncontested baskets at the other end and get some easy offensive plays. One of the drills we normally use is we have players working in the key. Basically, players line up on one side of the key and they do a zigzag drill across the key. So you slide across the baseline, you then slide up the key diagonally, across the free throw line, and then back down across the diagonal and again across the baseline. Because you have lots of players doing this at one time, it's very important to keep a couple of things in mind. Firstly, players have to be aware of what's going on around them. You have lots of players in the key at one time, so therefore they don't want to collide into each other. Secondly, they have to keep low, keeping good fundamentals. And thirdly, they don't want to bring their feet together, got to go heel to toe in a good defensive stance. There's lots of different drills a slower player can do to improve in their quickness, such as jumping rope and doing the spot drill on the floor where you're timing yourself and working out 30-second intervals. However, being the quickest player doesn't make you the best defensive player. That's all about positional play. And defense is all about making sure you're in position, and if you can be in the right position at the right time, that will help your team and help you play team defense. Fast break is a basketball term to describe how you can get the ball from your defensive position to the offensive position in a quickest time as possible, hopefully culminating in a scored basket. This can come off either off a rebound when the offense misses a shot, or from an inbound. If the offensive team scores, you have plays where you can get the ball in quickly, get the ball down the court, and again, hopefully trying to score at the other end.
You could have a fast break draw that consisted of 3 players possibly. One guy rebounding and 2 guys filling the lane. So if you have the 3 guys primarily in the line, you could have the first guy throwing the ball up off the backboard and breaking to the right, the second guy catching that rebound, consecutively putting the ball up again off the backboard, breaking to the left, and the last person catching the rebound. Upon catching that rebound, the guy feeds the ball to either the left or the right hand side, who then feeds the ball to the opposite side for that guy cutting to the basket for a quick layup.
Fast breaking is important because it allows you in a very tight game to get some uncontested baskets, and when you have 2 teams that are evenly matched, that may make the difference in the end as to who comes out on top. Fundamentals are key in basketball because athleticism can only take you so far. Fundamentals are your basic foundation and your building blocks which can take you and progress you through your career. So for example, fundamentals are your passport which can take you and allow you to play anywhere, whether it's street ball, whether it's structured basketball. So long as you've got those basic building blocks, you'll be able to play basketball anywhere. My name's Richard Scantlebury, ex-England international basketball player, and we're here today to film the Hosannah Groove Basketball DVD 3. That's a mouthful.
Chest pass, shoulder. Sorry.
Ball handling skills is to stop. I'll ask the question. Listen to the